students. Welcome to the IGCSE online sessions. I'm Mr. Charles, and this is the second lesson of week 7. The remaining questions of the reading exercise, questions 2, 3, and 4, now we'll solve them together. For question 2, identify a word or a phrase in the extract that suggests the same idea as the following. So basically, you have had searched for words that mean almost believable and doubtful, words or phrases. For almost believable, he says just conceivable. And when he says I am a skeptical guy, skeptical means doubtful. Question 3, using your own words, explain what the writer means by the following phrases. Finally petered out and the usual contenders. For finally petered out, as we said, peter means disappear. So finally disappeared or eventually disappeared. This is an easy question. The usual contenders are, like we said, they are the opponents, the possible candidates. So usual candidates, if you may. Question 4, reread extract H. Using your own words, explain what you think Chatwin means by my whole life has been a search for the miraculous, yet at the first faint flavor of the uncanny, I tend to turn rational and scientific. Basically, the juxtaposition here is the miraculous and rational. These are opposites, or not juxtaposition in this case, it's antithesis, because they are in different sentences. And the point here is that he had been searching while letting go of all of his scientific beliefs, because if he turns to science, this creature does not exist. So he went searching for it without holding any scientific burden, any scientific weapon, any scientific belief. And when he found the tracks that he was looking for, he started using scientific tools. You see the antithesis, you see the opposites here. So Chatwin's travels were all about searching for the unknown. And on the first encounter with it, he turned to reason and science trying to explain it, which is something you cannot do. Since something you cannot explain by sensing it or sensual explanation, you cannot turn to reason in order to explain it. For example, some people argue the existence of God. You cannot scientifically prove the existence of God, but you can feel it. You can be faithful to it. This is something that fulfills you and fulfills your soul. It doesn't fulfill your senses. You cannot touch or smell or taste evidence of the existence of God. So when you are searching for the existence of God, for example, you cannot employ science. So that's the antithesis. These are the opposites used. For question 5, it says you are a scientist on Chatwin's expedition to verify the existence of the Yeti in the Himalayas. Write your own journal for the day Chatwin thinks he sees Yeti tracks. Comment on whether you think he is right or not. Give reasons for believing there are or there are not Yetis in the mountains. Use evidence from the extract to justify your views, but do not copy from them. Take supposedly 20 or 25 minutes. I need you to write not 250 words, but 150 to 200 maximum. But before you go, make sure that you include these in your piece. In the introduction, I need you to state the nature of your relationship and the purpose of being with Chatwin. Who are you to Chatwin? Why are you with him? As for the introduction. The second piece for the introduction as well, make sure you describe the surrounding nature. This is like because this is partially narrative and descriptive. That's why we should go a little chronological and a little descriptive as well. So go from the outer circle, the widest circle, that is the nature of your relationship and purpose for being with Chatwin. And then the inner circle would be the surrounding nature of your being there, just like the writer did at the beginning. And then the final piece of the introduction should be the existing culture, also like Chatwin did. Do they believe in the Yeti? Why do they believe in the Yeti? On what basis, on what evidence do they believe in the Yeti? The first claim or the first thing they want from you in the question is that the journey which you and Chatwin are taking to seek the Yeti. Talk about the journey. Where did you go? Where did you move from? Which place to which place? The second piece in the body as well, they're asking for pieces of evidence. How? Give reasons for believing there are or there aren't Yetis in the mountains. And then how valid these pieces of evidence are. So, for example, one piece of evidence was the foot. And how did Chatwin determine if this is valid or not? He eliminated the other contenders. He eliminated the possibilities of this not being for the Yeti. So he was concluded, or he has concluded, that this is for the Yeti. How valid these pieces of evidence are to determine the existence of the Yeti? In the conclusion, make sure you just conclude by saying whether to go on further expeditions or not. Is this something worthwhile or not? Okay? Fill in the rest of the 30 minutes with this task, please. We will discuss it in the live session. We're done for today. Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe and keep up the good work.